All right, boys, Bitcoin is finally going back to the upside, and it looks like this might be the last chance for the bull market. At the time of recording, Bitcoin is sitting back up at about $88,000, and it has finally broken back above that 200-day moving average. As I was saying in previous videos, if it started to break down significantly below this 200-day moving average, then the bull market actually might be over. We're not out of the woods yet, though, because if we don't break back above this 50-day moving average and the high from this month around $95,000, then we could get rejected, actually putting in a lower high, which could send us down significantly below the 200-day moving average, which, in my opinion, might actually confirm that we're in a bear market. Fortunately, though, I think this is a really great area for us to be bouncing. And if we can actually confirm a break above about 95, then I think we're probably going to continue back, hopefully, to new all time highs. All of this seems to be riding on the back of last week's announcement by the Fed that they're going to be slowing their balance sheet runoff. Previously, they were running off $25 billion every single month from their balance sheet, but now they're going to be running $5 billion off of it. This is an indication that liquidity is going to stop being drained out of the system, and as you can see, global liquidity is actually going back to the upside. It has reached an all time high recently, and that usually is preceded by Bitcoin going to an all time high, but it's lagged by just a couple of months, and now I think that it's just about time for Bitcoin to catch up. Recently, as you can see, we have been putting in short term lower lows and lower highs, which is a downtrend, which is your friend until the end. But now it looks like maybe that downtrend is coming to an end, and in the long term, we're still on an uptrend with us still not having put in a lower high or a lower low. We were just getting a little bit ahead of ourselves with the Trump pump, and now that Bitcoin has come down to turn this previous level of resistance into support, it looks like we finally have what we've been waiting for to possibly send us skyrocketing back up to the moon. And now, hopefully, that $120,000 price target is still back in play. And with us having just finished this cup and handle formation, I think this has just been a really healthy cool off on the way up to that $120,000 mark. If history is going to continue rhyming, then I think we've still got all the way until hopefully around October 13th or somewhere in October for this bull market to continue running. But as you can see, that's going to be coming up pretty quickly now, and maybe $120,000 is going to be close to the top if it does take us until all the way out in October to get there. But if we can actually start skyrocketing and going parabolic like we have in some previous cycles, then maybe we can make it up here around $150,000 or so. But really, I think this bull market is probably going to be ending before a lot of people expect it to. And that's just something to keep in mind because, as you could see from this previous retracement, a lot of these gains can be erased in pretty quick order, and nobody ever went broke by taking profits, as they say. So don't forget to take profits whenever we do start skyrocketing, because your emotions are going to be running away, and everybody's going to be saying that we're going to $1 million and stuff like that with astronomical price targets that don't even really make sense. And yeah, you should probably always keep a moon bag because maybe it can just keep going up. But if you do make life changing money, then don't let that get slipped away from you because the bear market does usually last a few years, and if inflation continues to go to the upside, then you might just miss out on an opportunity to do something like put a down payment on a house and actually get out of the rent race. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but just keep in mind that the bull market is eventually going to end, and things always do get pumpiest right before they get dumpiest, and vice versa. On the weekly chart, it does look like we put in a weak bullish divergence, which is a really great indication that we're going to be headed back to the upside here. But in my opinion, most of the gains have already probably been had in this bull market. And I know that's not what everybody wants to hear, but I'm just keeping it real with you. So for me, if this is the bottom and we actually do start going parabolic, once we start breaking above these all-time highs, I'm probably going to start taking some profits. And just like I dollar cost averaged in as we were going down in the last bear market, I'm going to probably start doing the same thing, dollar cost averaging out as we continue to pump in some kind of a parabolic fashion. Nothing ever goes up in a straight line forever, and if we are actually about to enter alt season, as you know, alts do usually dump about 80% or so in the bear market, and you don't want to round trip your bags. So for me, I'm going to be taking that opportunity not to take profits probably from my Bitcoin, but from my altcoins, and then I'm going to get my dry powder bag ready so that I can start accumulating more Bitcoin whenever we do enter the bear market. Luckily, though, it looks like that's still a few months away, hopefully. But time sure does fly, and I already know that it's going to be October before we know it. And most YouTubers aren't going to be keeping it real with you guys because the only thing that gets clicks is bullish sentiment. And they're going to be trying to pump their bags and their views so that they can just make more money. And that's how a lot of people, unfortunately, end up round tripping their bags and lose most of the gains that they actually made throughout the bull market. If you did buy down here at the bottom of the bear market, then maybe you can just hold on because usually it doesn't dip down below the previous low or even very much below the previous all-time high from the last bull market. But if you're new to the game, then you are unfortunately in danger of losing some money whenever the bull market ends. But there is still great opportunities to make life-changing wealth in this bull market, and it honestly might be one of the last opportunities as we continue to see diminishing returns. Like I said, we're not out of the woods yet though, and I'm still looking for Bitcoin to hopefully break above that $95,000 range, because if we do get rejected here before there or around $95,000, then that's going to be a significant lower high, and unfortunately that could be the confirmation with a significant dump coming right after that, breaking us well below the 200-day moving average and confirming the bear market. And I'm not saying that we have to go straight up and get above that right now. We could definitely come back down and trade a little lower or even continue sideways. But as long as we don't break down below this previous low from this month, then I think we are forming a floor here, and hopefully this bull market is still intact. Also, Michael Saylor's strategy, previously MicroStrategy, has recently acquired over $500 million worth of Bitcoin, with their latest purchases coming between March 17th and March 23rd, taking them over 500,000 Bitcoin, which is very significant and actually makes them one of the largest holders of Bitcoin. And these kind of big purchases are what's going to possibly lead us to see a supply squeeze, which is really what we've been waiting for to send us parabolic. If Bitcoin does confirm that this bull market is going to continue and we actually do break above about $95,000, then maybe we're going to be seeing altcoin season, and it's probably going to be a wild ride. So I hope you've taken this opportunity during the recent sell-off to accumulate and get your bags packed, because this rocket looks like it might be ready to blast off and finally go to the moon. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Is this the floor that we've been looking for, or are we going to confirm a lower high and actually break down significantly below that 200-day moving average? Either way, thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. But most importantly, don't forget to do only good every day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.